What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all checked out the last video for my new intro. Debating on whether I should use it at the beginning of every video, but we will see. But just thought I'd give you a piece of what's on my mind. Sitting out in the car. It's 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday. And it's funny because I was invited to a couple of parties. And just didn't feel like going. I don't know. I think sometimes we can be mentally under the weather. You know what I mean? It ain't like it's, raining outside or you got a cold and you physically, you sneezing and coughing and, whatever else, filled with mucus. No. Sometimes you can be mentally under the weather. So I've been, I'm a people watcher. I observe, and take in the information that I see from people. And lately I've seen a lot of black women around me that are going through breakups, that may be going through some emotional things. And, it hurts my heart to see so many, not only black women, but so many people looking for love and can't find it. Or looking for that one and it evades them. And I see people that say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I'm too good to a man or too good to a woman, they think they can take advantage of me. And then sometimes I see where the man that's into them, they're just not into him. Or it could be vice versa. But one thing I do want to say to my sisters, know your worth. Know your worth and count it up. It's your worth. Your worth should be counted up. And you have to see if that person, that man that you're dealing with, or you dating, or you're thinking about getting into a relationship, can he hold that and cherish that? Your worth. What you are worth. Some things are priceless. They cannot be replaced. They never lose value. If anything, they get better when you take care of them and you treat it right and you cherish it. And they just get better with time. And I know that's how my sisters are. I know that when the right man loves you, and he loves you in the right way, and he cherishes you, and he shows you, and he lays down his life for yours. And I'm not talking about dying. What I'm talking about, when a man lays his life down for you, That means he is willing to give up the things that he is used to doing, the places he's used to going, sometimes even the friends that he used to hang out with, to make that sacrifice to be with you. To make that sacrifice actually to even look out for himself, because he knows you are in his best interest. But do you know your value? Because if you don't know your value, how is a man supposed to know your value? You got to count it up. And I'm not saying that you are like an item that you can purchase in the store. No. What I'm saying to you is you are much more valuable than any item that can be bought off a shelf, any item that can be bought at a car lot, any item that can be purchased online, any item that you can be purchased on Amazon. But you got to know your worth. If you was selling a car, wouldn't you find out how much that car is worth? Most of us, we don't live a life where money is no object. Most of us don't go in the store and be like, oh, give me that ring, without asking the price. Oh, give me that 7-carat ring, and not worrying once what's in your bank account, or sitting at that cash register hoping that ATM or that credit card swipe and go through. Do you know your value? You must know your value. Your value, your weight is more than gold, more than silver, more than platinum, more than diamonds. But you have to hold yourself accountable for what you're worth. Oh, he talked down to me, but that's okay. At least he this and that. Oh, he's never there for me, but he this and that. Oh, I wanted to talk about the relationship, but he said he tired of talking about that. Every time he leave the room, he pick his phone up. Or he go outside. But that's okay, because I'm not being loved like I want to. But he give me this. He buy me that. He never asked me, what are my dreams? What are my hopes? Where do I see myself in 5 years? He won't ask me to marry him. But I'm giving him everything else. I'll change my views on marriage and say marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper. But deep inside, I want him to ask me to marry him. Fellas, I know it's a lot of you good fellas out there that deserve a good woman. But I'm just talking to my sisters tonight. That's all. I'm just talking to my sisters. And all I'm asking of my sisters is to know your value. Count it up. Count it up. Count it up. Know your value. Know what you are worth. And once again, I'm telling you, you're worth more than gold. You're worth more than silver. You're worth more than you're worth more than Benihana's. You're worth more than a car note. You are worth more than lunch for the day. Count it up. And also, if you're really looking for a relationship and you're really looking for somebody to be with long term, and in your mind you're dating for a purpose and you want to get married, you cannot keep around a whole bunch of fillers. And when I say fillers, these are people in your life that you just keep around so you're not lonely. So you can always have somebody to go to dinner with, go to the show with, so somebody can treat you and make you feel like a little bit of a woman, even though you not into them, even though you don't love them, even though you'd rather be with Frederico. Count it up. How can God bless you with that man you looking for if you got a whole bunch of mess around you? God is not a messy God. He's not a God of foolishness. The Bible says when I was a child, I thought as a child, we ain't children no more. And you know what you want, clear out a pathway for it to come. So I challenge every woman every woman that's looking for a good man, to take you a couple of sheets of paper and write down in detail what type of man you want. And I'm not talking about just tall, dark, handsome. No, we talking about details. Do you want to? Are you a hugger? Do you like attention? Do you like to travel? Do you believe in God? Do you want a man that knows how to talk your love language? You know, you want a man that's affectionate. I want a man that loves the Lord. I want a man that wants to build with me. These are all the things that you have to write down, and you got to go into detail. And I'm saying, if you was building a man, and they say you got to put everything you want in this man, and you know yourself, and you know what you need, and you know what your desires are, and you know what you need to be loved and fulfilled. And we're not talking about things that are just pass away. We are talking about things that will emotionally and mentally be the things that will keep you loving that man and him loving you back. So I challenge you to write that list, like I say, in detail. Don't go light on it. Take your time. If you got to write it and then come back to it, write some more and then come back to it. But you got to count it up. Count your worth up. You know, you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Why would something that the Lord created, why would he give you the best? Why would he give you something that's half? I ain't gonna use the word, but why would he give you something that's half? Why would he give you something that's only 20% of what you want? 5% of what you need. You can have the whole kit and caboodle, but you got to make room for it. You got to tell the Lord what you want in detail. And once you write that, you pray on it and you put it away somewhere. I can't tell you it's going to happen in a year. I can't tell you it's going to happen in 2 years. I can't tell you it's going to happen in 10 years. But what I will tell you is I would act on faith. Because if you continue to do what you've been doing and it ain't been working, if you continue to talking about what type you like, but that type don't like you, if you're talking about that type, but that type only deal with you for so long, that ain't your type. This also takes self-examination. You have to sit with yourself and say, self, what is wrong with me? What do I need to fix? What are my flaws? What are the things that I need to work on? What do I need to add to my life to make me a better person, a better woman, a better sister, a better daughter, a better niece, a better woman? And start working on those things. Work on cutting certain things out. Sometimes you got to get rid of friends that are no good for you, that only keep you in trouble, in the midst of things. Because some of your friends don't want you to get married. Some of your friends don't want you to find a man. Some of your friends, they like being single, or they say they do. So as long as they single, they need you to be single so they have somebody to do their dirt with, or just to hang with. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. Know your worth. Add it up. Know your worth and add it up. Is he worthy of your love, your time, your cooking, your counseling? Is he worthy of you pouring into him? Because anytime you meet that person and you know it's the one, you're going to have to pour into him. Love, caring, understanding, patience. And you pour into him and he's going to pour into you, because that's the way it should work. And that's the way it does work when it's properly done. So my sisters, don't give up on love. Don't give up on believing that you can find that right one for you, because he's out there. But you have to be ready. You have to have yourself in a position to receive him. God is not going to send nothing your way when you don't have room to receive it. Because if he sends it your way now and you're not ready for it, you're going to say he's not the one, or you're going to screw it up. As a man, I can tell you, when a man meets that one, he knows. It don't take him a week. It don't take 2 weeks. It don't take 3 weeks. It don't take 4 weeks. It don't take a month. It don't take a year. But when he knows, he knows. Because that man, he will be looking for the same thing you're looking for. It'd be like a key to a lock. And when she is that key, you will unlock his heart. And when you are that key, or when he is that key, he'll unlock your heart. It don't take a man forever to know he loves you. It don't take a man forever to know he can't live without you, or he don't want to live without you. But if you don't want to listen, and you want to be stubborn, and you saying, ain't nothing wrong with me, I don't need to change nothing, it's these Negroes out here that just ain't right. They don't know how to, when they that. Maybe it's the people that you're picking. Maybe if all lanes was clear, he can land right in your life. There was a time that I was out here dating, and I used to hear women say, I'm dating for a purpose. I'm dating for a purpose. And at one time I didn't understand, and I'm like, well, I understand that you want to get married or whatever, but you got to get to know somebody. You got to slow down, and this is and that, and you're trying to move too fast, and I ain't feeling this way, and this is and that or whatever. But the thing about it is, excuse me, at this time that I knew, even if it was the first date, that she wasn't for me, that woman wasn't for me, I should have moved on. Because I stood in her way of finding her husband. I prolonged that process of her finding her husband. I'm pretty sure me and her learned something about ourselves while we was dating or just kicking it. But, and I'll say this too. Love is not in between your legs. I mean, this goes for men and women. It really does. Love is not in between your legs. And as hard as it is for both sex to restrain from having sex when you even getting to know somebody, to be honest, is best. Because once sex comes into the picture, it clouds things. It knocks your vision off. It's like going to the movies and somebody got a big hairdo and you can't see, you only seeing half of the movie, you can't really see it. You were seeing fine till they came in, but now all of a sudden you're trying to look around and they got that old French roll popped up and you can't see around it. You are worth it, my black sister. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. You are chosen. You are of a chosen people. Strong black women. Know your worth, because I know your worth. I've seen you keep families together. I've seen you keep a man together when his whole life was falling apart. I've seen you become grandmothers that pray and keep the whole family together off your prayers. I've seen you as single mothers raising men to be a plus in society. I've seen you on your knees crying because all you wanted was your children to be happy. Don't ever think you're not worthy of being loved. Don't ever let your past hold you from being loved. Don't ever let nobody's image of who you used to be stop you from being loved. And before I stop this taping, I just want you to know this. You first got to love yourself. Truly love yourself and know your worth. And once again, count it up. Love you, sisters.